Some recent statistics indicate that the attrition rate of teachers leaving the profession 2 times higher than the national average in other professions. And with Harry King, who's a Time to Teach presenter, I'm Neil Gordon. Harry, I was a little surprised at how high that is. Who tends to bear the brunt of this burnout and the turnover in the classroom?
Well, you would think it'd be the school district that bears the brunt, but in reality, it trickles down and sits squarely on the principal's shoulders, because at the end of the day, he's got to have enough teachers in order to keep his classrooms running. And if he doesn't, it puts him in the situation where he's constantly trying to find people, whether they're substitutes or not, to come in. And those people aren't nearly as trained in how he wants his school run, and it creates a lot more discipline problems along the way.
When you're in front of teachers and principals in an in-service day, how do you feel your system keeps teachers not only engaged, but excited to go to work the next day and stay?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that teachers want to teach. They truly do. But, given not only the upheaval with COVID, but just given how society has changed, we have a lot more students that aren't nearly as engaged. And that takes a lot out of a teacher, because if they want to teach so badly and they have a lot of resistance, it puts a lot of stress on the system, so to speak. And so that stress for a teacher, especially because teachers aren't necessarily always well paid, they start looking and weighing the pros and cons of not being able to control their classroom. And it's not their fault. Most teaching programs at the college level don't really have a whole lot to say about how to manage your classroom and how to do the day-to-day things that a teacher has to do. They do great jobs at teaching you the theory and giving you the practice in making sure that you can teach the subject, but not so much about the day-to-day. And what our program really does is it helps you learn how to manage that classroom, recognizing that how the classroom is set up, how you're setting up your expectations, how you are actually refocusing your students when there is an issue. All those things play into a teacher's personal development and plays into how they view the whole process of teaching and how they view the whole career and profession of teaching. And it is sad that, there's a huge number of teachers that within the first 5 years of them starting a position, they leave. And that creates a lot of pressure on the principals, because not only do they have to replace those teachers, but as those teachers become more and more worn down, typically more and more students end up in the principal's office, taking time away from their time working with the teachers to actually work with disciplinary problems.
Well, Harry would love to come in for the day and take a little edge off of the principals and the teachers. Just time to teach, but maybe time to take a breath and refocus, as Harry said. His company is classroommanagement.info. That's the website, the phone number to have a free consultation, and he'd love to get you started. And if you call, ask him if you could about a complimentary program that'll do for the students if you get involved. And we'll save that for another session. Harry, thanks so much for your time.
Perfect. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate it.